happen. All right, bro. I think we're there.
Hey,
Hey, what's
happy
up?
Friday. Happy Friday.
Thanks, man. Happy Friday to you.
So, in tip of the week fashion, we're trying to try and drop some value here on Fridays. So, kind of wrapping up a week and getting ready for the next week. We're just talking about maybe some of the stuff we've worked on, some of what we've learned, our big takeaway. And today, we want to talk about a brand new website launch that literally just happened today, I
An hour
believe.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is kind of backstory filling in. If you haven't seen anything we've done previously,
Yeah.
we ended up buying a company and we're sort of rebranding it, repositioning it, and we launched the website for it. So today, let's talk about that. I have some questions for you, Jason. You know, how the process you went through and
Sure.
transitioning that website to the new one
Yep.
on Shopify. It's very cool. So yeah, why don't you sort of give us a little more context and backstory into this, and then maybe we can do a little show and tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to do it. Yeah. So we basically bought this company a month ago.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, if you watch the prior tips, we mentioned this, that they had just this killer Instagram, team set up and going. And when we were looking into it, it's about 150,000 followers. Now it's over 170. So it's grown really fast. And so that was the kind of anchor asset. But the website was tied to a different brand name, right? So we bought it as is. It was a Shopify site. The products were not ones we wanted to continue to sell. And so we just needed to rebrand the whole thing. So I'm happy to show it, yeah, and
Yeah.
walk you through sort of what I did, talk about the pros and cons of what was there and what we've gone to. If that's helpful, you want me to do a little screen share action? I think it's
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So
looking good. It's a day old, basically.
the baby.
Yeah, so here it is. It's thehappygardeninglife.com. Go check it out if you'd like. And I'm happy to give you a walkthrough of it. Yeah. What do you want to know? Where should we start?
First, so we bought the company.
Yeah.
You know, there's some transitionary stuff. We were trying to get that. So when did you actually start working on this website?
I could look back, but I think it was like 8 days ago or 9 days ago.
So you went from taking a pre-existing website, rebranding,
Yeah,
new theme, and the whole shebang in 8 days.
Yeah. They had a logo. They had a logo.
Yeah,
So
okay. We had the logo, right?
yeah, so the
And, yeah, for
site
sure.
was in existence. It had a logo. It had blog articles, which was actually, when we bought the company, they said that they had 150 articles, they thought. As it turns out, they had 391
bonus articles.
And so those were, and I looked at them, and you know what? They weren't too bad. I mean, it was like those,
Nice.
it was like they were good blog articles. And so I'll show you kind of, so how we set that up. And so let me give you a little tour of the site, and just kind of walk you through it. This is built on a Shopify theme called Mosaic. I'd never used it before. I just searched for something that you'll notice this doesn't have a slider at the top. I didn't want a slider. And I also wanted a bifurcated above the fold layout section, meaning I wanted it to be divided into several chunks because I want to sell these spaces. So the whole gist of this is sort of the theme we're trying to build out here is no cost of goods, right? And so, and we've got this Instagram account that's 170,000 followers. And so influencer deals are already happening. Right when we bought the company, influencer deals were already underway. And now, literally like yesterday, a dirt company is sending me a bag of their peat moss. And so,
Nice.
so I was like, yeah, send me your stuff. So we're getting products sent to us. So we want this structured in a way that would allow us to easily sell this top right box, top left box, bottom left, bottom right, like that. And so that's why I wanted the theme to perform this way. And so that's what I would look for. And so you can see, color palette wise, obviously we're kind of going with the green and tan vibe. And the Mosaic theme came together really, really easily. They give you these boxes, and these are basically like multi-use boxes. You could have them go to a product, you could have them go to a blog page or a blog post, you could have them go to a page on your Shopify site. So kind of whatever you want to do is just like these containers that you could use, and that's why I wanted it. And then we basically looked at the blog content, and these blog articles were written nicely. Look, here's an example, but they didn't have any graphics at all. And so you can see, so this one's broken. So see, this site is not perfect yet, but you get the idea. But you get the idea that one of the first things I said was, hey, let's make cover badges for every one of the blog articles so they're highly pinnable.
Yeah.
So these could be shared on Pinterest. Create the best fertilizer for your tomato plants. That needs to be in Pinterest as a pinnable image that would link back to this site. So 391 of those. So we have a VA making these little cover badges for every one of those. And that was just an immediate, like, instant home run. I also have 4 anchor blog articles being written that are 2,500 words on, and I think we did a tip of the week a couple weeks ago about using Uber Suggest to find high traffic keywords that are easy to rank for. And I had Content Jeeves is the site write me the articles. Though I don't have those on the site yet, but so then I'm going to have those anchor articles as blog content with the intention of really trying to maximize our SEO values for Google search, but then also for Pinterest, of course. Yeah. And then I had our team make a new kind of post as well. One of the things you can see here's on the homepage, here's the Instagram feed. So this goes right to the Instagram, feed. So this is nice. So this is changing constantly. But one of the things that they're doing on Instagram is every day they're adding 3 posts. One is in the caption has a poem of the day. Another one has a quote of the day, and they're all about gardening. And the third one has a question of the day. And so I said, hey, let's aggregate those together and make a blog post each day that has the poem, the quote, and the question. And so here it is. So Garden Poem of the Day, Spring by Gerald Manley Hopkins, right? Poem of the day.
It's a good one.
There you go. And so then we also embedded the Instagram image that poem is shared on. So people can see, oh, here it is, 602 likes. This just happened literally. Here's the poem and 10 comments. So people can see what's happening on Instagram in this blog post. And then there's a garden quote of the day by John Whiting. And then you can again see the Instagram post. And then there's the question of the day. So every day now that's happening as well. So we'll have this content going. Okay. Any comments on that? But I'm going to mention a couple strategies here for further engagement.
I think I love it. I think the site looks great and it's really coming together visually.
Thank you.
And I just like that the repurposing of content that's already out there on Instagram to the site. I think the Pinterest angle is really, really awesome because as you well know, we've talked about a number of times, Pinterest is a large referrer of traffic on the internet and has been increasing over the last few years. So you're sort of positioning for long-term success, both with organic Google SEO and Pinterest.
Yep. You'll notice that I have a couple shenanigans that I'm setting up. I'm just looking right now as we look at this, that this is cutting off for some reason. I don't know why. The top of the site is a little bit wrong. It's cutting off our Instagram contest. But anyway, you can see this is literally like 2 hours old, so it's not dialed in quite right. But look at what we're doing here. So enter our garden poetry contest.
Nice.
So here's the thing. I'm trying to make engagement devices for people, right?
Sure.
So, garden poetry contest. So you click through to it, and I just have a simple form. Enter our garden poetry contest. Winners are chosen each week. If you win, we'll feature your poem on our Instagram feed and tag your Instagram account. So that's what they win, is
Nice.
170,000 follower account, featuring their work. And here's a little submission box. So that's the garden poem or poetry contest. And then I've got, I'll see, now it fixed itself on the top of the site. So then we've got an Instagram contest. And this is basically, it goes to a blog post, and you guys who know me well and know my social contest strategies, you know exactly what I'm doing here. Mm-hmm. This is a Rafflecopter widget, and the way they enter to win the Instagram Hero media package, which basically means we'll give them a shout out on all of our social platforms, is they enter to win by joining our newsletter list, following us on Pinterest, following us on Twitter, reposting a pin on Pinterest, and visiting our Facebook page, et cetera, et cetera. You get the idea. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start doing these weekly or monthly. I don't know. We'll figure it out, and give away prizes. And so you get the idea there. So I'm trying to find ways I can create community and energy and engagement on this site, in addition to the organic content we might get from Google, that kind of thing. Yeah.
What would be cool, as you were talking about that, I started thinking, as we do more and more influencer deals for other brands, that they're obviously going to send you stuff to do shout outs for. If they sent or are willing to send a couple other prizes, basically free content out to people who win the contest. Yeah. Because not only do you get to talk about it, oh, by the way, you can win one. Yeah. Follow and enter these things. And it's just more advertising for those guys, more exposure. We get product to use to engage with people. That might be a pretty cool twist on that too.
And we get a prize that we didn't pay for.
That we get, free prize.
That builds our email list, builds our social following, that kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely. One thing that you might notice is we don't even have any products on this site.
We're product free.
If it's product free, it's for me. No, so obviously advertising with us, the influencer product is the product this is the monetization method. Now, we also are doing some cool partnership and collaboration already with some companies that work with influencers who are making basically screaming deals for us on t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, and other merch. And they'll provide all the graphic art and that kind of thing, and give us basically all of that type of product to sell, which we will then be able to give it away. We'll be able to use it for prizes, that kind of thing, and sell it as well. So that will be our first whack at basically what you might call print on demand level products, which don't require any cost of goods, no upfront minimum order quantity or anything like that. It's all pay after you know, or make the money with no cost of goods. And then we're also looking into drop shipping, which, if we can sort out a drop shipping solution, that's fantastic. You can notice too that, just as a side note, this image of this nice greenhouse, I searched for Hartley greenhouses. This is a major greenhouse company, and I want them to be an influencer. So a deal with us. I want one of these greenhouses in my backyard for real. And I'm not joking around. So we're going to reach out and start cultivating relationships with these people. So, we probably won't have them on our homepage for free moving forward, but we definitely want to reach out to them and say, hey, we'd love to feature you through our Instagram work and our other social channels. My backyard is, of course, the perfect test location for a beautiful Hartley greenhouse. And same idea with Coyote tractors.
You want one of those tractors too?
Yeah, dude. And you know what else I want? A Ford F-150. Because I'm serious, dude. Or a Dodge Dakota would be fine too, or Dodge Ram. So you get the idea. This is the game. I mean, this is the opportunity. And so I mean, it's come together pretty nicely. I'm kind of happy with how this is played out. We just literally switched the URLs around. So about 2 hours ago, but the mosaic theme I liked a lot. We're going to work on other, theme enhancements, but I think it's come together pretty decently. We use MailChimp, created a mailing list. This was not rocket science. I have a VA who helped me on the tech side some, but on the graphic art side, I used Canva, and I used Burst by Shopify, and I think only Burst for free commercial photography.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get the photos for your industry on Burst. There are Pixabay and a few other free commercially available sites that you can use for photography. And then I use Canva to make the overlay of the graphics. So for example, this enter our Instagram contest, I found this photo on Burst, and I was like, dude, that's the perfect photo. That's somebody taking a photo of a garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I threw it in Canva, put this little graphic over the top, and
cool.
added it to the mosaic, these buckets here at the top. Boom, done deal. No big deal. Yeah. So anything else that you think people would like to know about? If you're watching this video and you have questions about how to build a Shopify site or how to resurrect one or change one, let us know. But it was not rocket science. Another thing that we did, just as another action item, was I had somebody on the team, a VA, go through all of the pages and search for certain words, like the old brand name, the old owner's name, the old street address, the old email address, and swap them all out for all of the new stuff. So because we inherited sort of the bones of this site. But I think we're off to a good start with it, and exciting to see it come together.
So. I love it. So what do you think is sort of the next steps for the website and the brand moving forward the next 30 days? Because the reason I ask is in about 30 days, we have to give sort of our report reveal. And so we talked about, we were going to say, hey, here's what we're doing. Here's what we've generated for revenue, like open the Komodo.
I know you keep putting all this pressure on me to make money through the site, which is healthy, man. It's good. I like it.
It's good. Trying to recoup that money.
Yeah, here's what I think where we're at. I think the next product opportunity to go with is this all the t-shirt related merch stuff. In fact, one interesting comment I'll say about this. Here's the Instagram feed, and you can't see it. Sorry, it fell off because it was a day or two before. But there was an interesting photo that we shared on the Instagram feed, and it was somebody who was wearing a pair of slippers. And the photo was like, okay, whatever. But then we noticed it was getting a lot of comments. I think it has like 60 or 70 comments right now. And all the comments were, guess what? About the slippers.
Where do I get a pair?
And so right when I saw that, I was like, man, everybody wants to know about those slippers. I was like, dude, that's a good sign for us having lifestyle photography. That's not a subtle sales job on merch, t-shirts, hoodies, that kind of stuff. And so that's the next step, I think, is to launch some of that and see how it goes, using the Instagram account as sort of our platform for sales. I heard somebody describe Instagram as basically, you basically have a glossy magazine.
Yeah.
So think of it like a magazine. And our circulation right now for this one is, a big number, but when you're starting a smaller account, just think of it like a glossy magazine. And so anyway, I think that's the way to look at it.
No, that's great advice. I love it. I think that it's coming together beautifully, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Cool, man. Yeah. Well, if you have questions about how to rebrand a Shopify site, or if we can be of help, if you have questions in any way, let us know. Again, this was the mosaic theme in Shopify, and you can check it out at thehappygardeninglife.com. Yes, you can enter our poetry contest or our Instagram hero contest, and we would love to have you check it out. If you see something broken on the site, feel free to email us. We won't be hurt, offended, or surprised, because
not at all.
This is a brand new venture in terms of this being out there. So I'm sure there'll be glitches and that kind of thing, but check it out. Let us know what you think. And if there's any way we can be of help, if you're working on a Shopify project and struggling, Kyle and I have an inner circle program that we'd love to have you jump into. You get basically literally like, I think they're up to 12 in-depth trainings, like literally like hours and hours each one. different topics related to e-commerce sales and traffic strategies, branding, that kind of thing. And then we also have one-on-one coaching. So if that's the right next step for you, check it out on winningonshopify.com. And we'd be honored to connect with you on that. We give people a free 30-minute conversation consult where we hop on a video call just like this and talk to you about your goals, your e-commerce efforts, your product, your brand, what you've achieved and where you want to go, and do our very best in a half hour to help you. And then if it makes sense to go into the one-on-one consulting relationship, we move forward with that. So check that out if you'd like, winningonshopify.com, and we'll go from there. Any final thoughts, man?
I love it. This is fantastic. Great work.
Thank you.
Kudos to you and the team, because I mean, there's this isn't just a one-man operation at this point. You've definitely worked on getting all of the systems in place to kind of get this to scale.
Yep.
So you're not having to work 90 hours a week on all your other projects to do, and that's part of this. And that was a really important part of it. It's like we want to go into business to scale and grow our team. That's right. And really, what's really compelling to me about this whole project is it's not just a straight e-commerce project. In fact, it's a media project at the moment that may have some e-commerce components to it, but it doesn't have to in order to actually be profitable, to generate revenue. Yeah. And it's a fascinating case study. It's going to be a fascinating journey through this process for I think both of us as we sort of untangle this. And I'm excited to do it. Absolutely. Totally agree, man. All right. Good times. Hey, have a great weekend. It's a beautiful day in Seattle. So get out there, have a blast, enjoy the sun before it goes away. I will. I am going to go outside right now. Awesome. All right, buddy. See you later. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bye.